Hey everyone, so today I'm gonna go into going a little bit of a rant because I'm kinda tired of all the drama these days. So I wanted to get some things off my chest and rant because I'm exhausted. Starting off, I want to address the issue in the room, to say the least. Paddle/Sage? Now, I'm not going to really mention anything that happened, well, in the past, like years ago. What I really want to focus on is what is going on currently. First off, I want to explain why this is happening in the first place. So after the big split, nobody on our server really talked much, maybe one message every day. Then me, Rattle, and Alice get added to a random group chat which is titled Mr. Apple Endings. Keep in mind, I hadn't talked to Apple or anyone in that friend group for about 2 to 3 months. Anyway, Paddle starts feeding us information about Apple. This information was basically him being apparently misogynistic, racist, homophobic, etc. Now, the reason why Paddle did this was because of an ulterior motive. She wanted us to be in a plain movie. Now, she literally admits this in a screenshot. She says that she was feeding us fake information from the server so we would bond with her and be in her movie. This right here is a textbook example of manipulation. You are quite literally influencing a group of people with false information. Mind you, Apple is supposed to be her friend. Another great example of these parasocial activities is when she was actively talking bad about us behind our back. Now, one of the funniest parts of this entire situation is how she was talking about how Rattle is a quote-unquote manipulator and she's manipulatable. Are we so serious? Mind you, me, Rattle, and Alice were all willing to give her a fourth chance. Yes, you heard that right. Paddle has done so many things, and we were still willing to give her a chance because we wanted to believe she had changed. This brings me to my next topic. Changed. Now, this was a controversy from Nate. Nate had said changed, which set Paddle off. My guess as to why she was mad is because she knew she hadn't changed and was mad that Nate wasn't buying into her BS. Now, this situation isn't really a big issue, but the next topic I want to jump into here is her obsession with Mr. Apple. Now, if you aren't living under a rock, Paddle has always been a really big fan of Mr. Apple and his movies. For example, if you look at the Funbricks 1 channel, you can't even go one scroll without seeing at least one video about one of Mr. Apple's movies. Now, there is no problem with being a big fan of the films. I think they're really well done as well, and I respect him for taking the time to create such long and detailed films. But here is where the issue is. Paddle, instead of, doing normal fan activities, she literally decides to psychoanalyze each and every film. She literally has a whole series dedicated to a film that has come out going on 3 years. So I got a notification from her channel. Now, I didn't even know. I was still subscribed to her, so I watched this video and I realized it was literally just picking apart the entirety of Poseidon Legacy. So I left this comment, which reads, "Sometimes I look at what you post and just think about how nobody cares. The movie is 2 to 3 years old." Paddle proceeded to respond with, "Nothing in my life would change if you died. If I'm being fully honest, this shit cracked me up. I was giggling for like 3 minutes, mostly because of the insanity of this comment." Now, you could be thinking, J2, you didn't need to say anything. This is your fault, which I would normally agree with. But if you look at it from my perspective, I will have worked with Apple for 5 years next year. That's a long time to spend with a person, and I would consider him a close friend. Apple is very obviously uncomfortable when people are talking about his past projects. I've seen it firsthand. So when you continuously make video after video dogging on these movies that take a lot of time and effort to do, he's obviously not going to feel the best. So I called Paddle out on this, and then she proceeded to respond with basically saying she wouldn't care if I died, which is an insane statement to make when all someone has done is call you out on your weird obsession with someone's work. To me, this was very weird. But the next topic I'm going to be discussing is a topic in which is very weird to me. The Apple Pictures iceberg. Now, at first glance, it's just a normal iceberg trend, but a lot of the stuff on here is increasingly private matters. For example, you have stuff on talking about his family, coming from an abused household, Lightning's name leaked, Nethin's name leaked, Adeline face leaked, Alice's face leaked, and a lot more things that I don't know I'm allowed to say on YouTube. This is weird. This should make you uncomfortable. Paddle is quite literally taking moments that we were comfortable with sharing to each other and turning it into this weird iceberg. This isn't right. Nobody was asked, hey, do you want to make an iceberg and put all this stuff on it? The weirdest part is putting on the iceberg about how somebody has an abusive household. That's weird as hell, and nobody's family business should be made as a funny lore trend. It's parasocial as fuck. The next topic I'm going to talk about may be even weirder. Paddle's Twitter account. Now, this account is what prompted me to make this entire video because it's weird as hell. Paddle has a Twitter account where she posts the most disgusting weird things ever, and I can't even show some of these or this video will get taken down. But some of the things range from just weird behaviors such as making weird foot pictures, weird drawings, and other borderline disgusting things that I can't speak about on this app. Now, have your likes. I'm not even judging her for these weird likes because it's what she likes. However, the part that is extremely weird to me is how she was posting his face and pictures of the hostilites set on her Twitter without asking him. Mind you, it's not her friend. In fact, it's not lmkkk her. And this is another example of how she hasn't changed a bit. The feet art. Now, if she wants to like feet, that's fine. But her weird feet art is what got her banned from Mr. Apple's movies in the first place. She came back saying she didn't do all this stuff, when in reality, she did. She was talking to me and Rattle like she was a changed person. Meanwhile, behind our backs, she was doing the exact same things that Pizza was doing. And I will bring back up the Murder Mystery 2 incident when Paddle was in that server being rude for no reason. This is the screenshot I have of her starting the entire incident. And you may ask, why are you bringing this up? Because it shows that she hasn't changed at all. Starting drama was something Pizza used to do. Making weird feet images was something he used to do. And for some reason, they are getting mad at people for misgendering them. For example, she is the one who made the entire rumor of Apple being transphobic because he misgendered her. In Murder Mystery 2, Rattle had a typo which made her say he instead of her, and she went barbareg. And this is my issue with people like her. Calling people these big labels which shouldn't be thrown around like nothing is dangerous. You shouldn't be calling someone transphobic because they accidentally misgendered you. You shouldn't be calling someone transphobic over an incident that happened almost 3 years ago. Now, usually I wouldn't be dogging on her. The reason why I haven't brought up Pizza that much is because it's in the past and Pizza was around 14 to 15 years old. I'm not expecting a 14 to 15-year-old to be a perfect person, and Paddle can't do anything to change the past. Where my issue lies is because Paddle isn't changing from Pizza's ways at all. She expects everyone to forget about what Pizza did when in reality she's not changing from Pizza's ways at all. And keep in mind, Paddle isn't a little kid that doesn't know right from wrong. Paddle is 17, from what I've heard. That is literally a year away from being a legal adult. Starting drama with kids that are younger than you is weird and bad, and you shouldn't do it. Everyone did some bad or mean things in their past, and I do mean everyone. I'm not going to hold it against everyone because people can change. People are capable of change. The entire reason I stayed friends with Paddle was because I was willing for her to change. Padla is constantly showing me and others how entitled she is as well. This brings me to my final topic, her ability to be entitled. Paddle quite literally invited so many random people into the server meant for Apple's movie. She didn't ask him or even give him any sort of heads up about it. And when she was called out for this, she started making jokes out of it and was taking the whole thing super lightly. Nobody knows these people and you're just bringing them around, not to mention you didn't even ask. Moral of the story, just don't be an asshole. Anyways, this is my rant about the situation. I'm kind of tired of this entire thing, so this is my rant to get some things off my chest so I can feel a bit better. I'll probably make more videos in the future about different topics, but for now, J2 out.